notice that he did. So like,
What's up, everybody? Milkshake.
You know, like those. So we laugh quite a lot.
Yeah, we have a lot of inside jokes.
A lot of funny stuff.
Usually the moments are, I don't know if you guys ever pick up on it, it's either A, right before a long day, because I'm waiting like, and I'm looking at you, and I'm like, I'm gonna start, I'm not gonna start,
Yeah.
I'm gonna start.
The only way I know Rob's gonna start singing along, we have to come in at the same time. The only way I know he's gonna start is he does this. He takes a breath in. And the whole game is, I'm gonna throw you off.
It's in my... And then, there's always a moment, it seems like right before bright lights. Like, I can't tell you the amount of times that we're, like, I'll go to sit down and Paul comes over and we start, like, literally having a conversation, and then in the middle of it, we're like, everybody's waiting for the song to start, and we're just like, oh, you know what, we'll get back to this later, I think. We should probably pay attention to the show instead of this conversation that we're having about where we're gonna go eat after the show.
Ali Miller from Blackpool, Lancashire. Era. I think that's in a song. How great is that? Wants to know, what was the song that you had the most fun recording?
Jeez.
That's, you remember when I
Recording's
said, I
not
like,
fun.
remember when I was talking about how we
These was
laugh
a
a lot?
fucking party.
Not while we're making records.
What about writing? What about writing?
Writing,
Working on.
well, this record in general, I think, there was a lot of mirth. You know what I mean? Like with all of us kind of hanging out in the room and coming up with these ideas and throwing ideas. Mirth. What does that mean? Happiness, fun, much merriment.
Awesome. I learned a word today.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, we have a lot of fun, and we definitely, you know, like I said, we laugh a lot, but all that does happen live. When we're making a record, there's a great quote like Ben Affleck had that was like, if having fun making a movie was a requirement for making a good movie, then Cannonball Run would have been the best movie ever made. And that's kind of, making a record is kind of the same thing. It's sort of like, there's a little bit of pressure,
too.
and there's a little
Like
isolating
everybody's
process.
kind of like, we come in and like you lay down the bed of a song, but then everybody's kind of in their own world, like when they do their part, like we all come in, like sometimes we're not even there. Paul will put his drum part, you know, and then do a piano part, and then we'll go away and call him, and then just do guitar.
Less song oriented, but more like Mad Season was fun because, you know, the first album there was a lot of pressure. You know, as you said, we didn't really, you know, we weren't that accustomed to the recording process and what the dynamic was, and we kind of made that quick. And then after the success of that first record, we kind of could do whatever, we could take whatever risks we wanted sonically, whatever risks we wanted recording-wise on Mad Season. So that was kind of fun. I mean,
The cabin was nice, the more than you think you are.
doesn't mean we
that whole
nailed
vibe.
it, but it means we had a lot of fun doing it.
Cynthia from Salem wants to know, do you...
Hey,
Oh, there she is. Oh, she's a music teacher.
Okay.
So, I will read it as this. Do you remember your elementary school music teacher, and did that teacher, if you had one, excite your spirit towards music?
Yes, his name is Mr. Hill.
Yeah, absolutely. Janet Priest.
Mine was my
Mr.
high
Deuce.
Mr. Deuce, but it was high school. It was like ninth grade, but it was Mr. Deuce.
Yeah.
He used to let me skip class and hide in the piano rooms in chorus and just play piano. I was like, dude, you're the coolest guy ever.
That's really cool.
He's the reason I dropped out of high school.
And mine was the reason why I went to college.
Oh, you're
Absolutely.
actually...
And I still see my high school music teacher still. He's about to retire.
I think in a lot of weird ways.
I remember meeting him recently.
Do you think in a lot of weird ways, like even if you don't, you know, obviously pursue music, like the music teacher kind of has like a certain cachet at your school, because it's somebody you kind of remember. You know what I mean?
And the art teacher.
The art teacher.
The crazy
the
art teacher.
the
Does
music
everybody
teacher
have one of
kinda
those?
have this thing, like.
An art teacher?
So, you're an art teacher?
Math teacher? You guys aren't crazy.
No one remembers you. I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
Just kidding. Someone does.
At least not fondly.
Health teacher. Oh yeah, you taught us about our bodies. Everybody
Oh yeah, the
remembers
PE
you.
teacher. Yeah, it's like the art teacher, the PE teacher, and the music teacher, right? You always remember PE guy.
The health teachers,
Fucking
they always
socks
get
all pulled
the
up
first
and-
time that a kid hears the word sperm and goes,
Ellen from Flower Mound, Texas.
Flower Mound. I got family in Flower Mound. I do.
And DJ!
Really?
DJ!
Oh, EJ, of course.
Flower Mound wants to know, is there any chance you would do a Christmas album?
Matchbox or Rob?
Well, Pookie's Jewish.
I totally would.
A little awkward.
Does it have to be
I
strictly
totally would.
Christmas? Yeah, probably not. But he might though, because dude, I swear to God, I've never met any two people on the face of the planet that love Christmas as much as him and his wife do. I mean, Christmas literally starts for them in
Except for
months.
probably me.
Oh, that's true. You're a big Christmas guy too.
Thanksgiving
I've actually-
night, Christmas songs come on.
If you,
we put the
if you
trees
jump
up.
on
we put the lights.
YouTube, there's versions of me and a buddy of mine, Mike, in my studio doing like tropical versions of like "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas" and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah, just totally off the cuff. So I would totally do it. I think that those songs are brilliant.
I actually
Most of those
did-
songs are brilliant.
I did besides
The
my
melodies
Christmas,
are brilliant.
besides my
The
Christmas
chords.
song. I did a song with BB Winans called "My Christmas Prayer"
They like that.
because BB's awesome. Yeah.
But I also realized that those songs are so overdone at this point that you're always riding the line of cheese.
I wanted to
when
do a
you do it.
record.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not.
I wanted to make a Christmas record now,
I'm
but
open to
use
that.
like "Do They Know It's Christmas" and "So This Is Christmas," but just all like more contemporary Christmas classics from like the '80s. That'd be cool. Last Christmas.
Is there a Motown Christmas?
Oh, there's the Phil Spector Christmas album is amazing.
Yes, it really is.
I mean, what he did.
Everybody
later,
should
we're
get
gonna-
that.
That record's amazing.
All right, Curtis from Peoria, Illinois, wants to know what has been your biggest influence on Matchbox 20 music?
What's been our biggest influence on that?
Yeah.
The Beatles
Rob wrote
keep
That's
popping up.
impossible to say.
I mean, the Beatles are the one common thread that everybody gravitates to every time that we start talking about, you know, because it's all about songs. You know what I mean? It's about great songs.
I don't think you could name something that I don't actually respect and listen to. So it's pretty tough for me to narrow it down to one thing. You know,
Yeah, same deal.
To me, like, and we have this conversation a lot about like when we're making albums that our records, Paul and I particularly, that our records can sometimes be disjointed in the sense that from song to song we kind of hop around a lot of different genres, and you know, regardless of what the way the song's written, like the arrangements kind of, you know, dabble in a little bit of this and like something else, another flavor kind of pops in, and I like that. I think that's what kind of keeps it interesting for me. Like I wouldn't sit at home and just listen to one thing. That's why I don't listen to Pandora and all that kind of shit, because I don't want something to feed me what it thinks that I want to listen to all the time. I want to be the one to go.
Well, you know
I
what we
want to
do on
listen
the
to
bus?
Ravi Shankar right now because I want to like get out of my own head and find something.
What we
different.
do on the bus, which is a lot of fun, when we go to the UK and we're all on the one bus, and so we play the iPod game, and like I'll take Paul's iPod, he takes mine. We all switch iPods, and then you take turns playing songs off of the other person's playlist, you know, and drinking. Hot.
All right, Amanda from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Hey, my hometown.
Oh. Wants to know.
Hey, really quick, little piece of trivia. Have you guys seen the movie Kingpin?
Oh, this is awesome.
Do you remember that shitty little house that he lived in the beginning of the movie when that he had to?
Yeah.
That was Paul's house.
That was
Actual
my
house.
literal. No, it's an apartment. It was literally my very first apartment. It was what they used. I mean, it was. What you saw is what it was like. But yeah, it's my actual first apartment.
Amanda, she wants to know what most inspires you to write new songs.
Wanting to write a better one.
Life.
I mean, there's never. I mean, sometimes I read a book and there's something in it that inspires me. Or sometimes you see a film, or sometimes you hear another song that makes you think that's so good. I got to go write something that makes me feel good. You know. And when you write, it's funny because there's something about that moment that you create a song and you feel in that moment like the most creative person on the face of the earth. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, this is. And then as soon as it's done, I feel like a hack. And I feel like everything I do is shit. And then until I write something else, and I'm like, oh, I'm writing again. You know.
And there's that feeling too, like when we get like if you listen to a song and you're just like, the way this you know, a song that you love can affect you. Like, I know for us, like when we hear that song, we're like, I want to be able to do that so bad. So you just go, and that sort of inspires you to go, like, I'm going to sit at the piano and see if I can come up with something like that. And you almost never do, because that would never, actually you never do, because that'll never be that to us. You know what I mean? Like how a Harry Nilsson song makes me feel. I'm never going to write a song that makes me feel like that.
Well, think about like it's it's kind of interesting, you know, like when we all say that a song gets stuck in our head, right? And you're in the middle of the night, you're laying in your bed. There's something kind of fascinating about that. Like, if something appears in your head, you're actually visualizing, you're hearing something that actually doesn't exist in that moment. Your brain is reconstructing something. So I think as writers, that happens to us. Like sometimes something appears in our brain and we're hearing it and then we realize, oh, that's actually not something that I've heard before. It's something that I need to get out, I need to record. If you really think about it, it's kind of fascinating because it's like our brain has the ability to sort of create something that isn't actually existing in the moment. It sort of like copies it and then later on decides to just pop up again.
I get that feeling every now and then after all these years because I'll have like a piece of music that's in my head and I'm like, oh, that sounds really cool. I want to write something like that, and then I'll be like, oh, that's our song. It's like, oh, that's from Mad Season. I forgot, you know.
All right, guys, I think this has been great, and this is our last question of the night. I've run out of cards. I haven't run out of time.
Guys, we want to say thank you so much. Randall is one of our very dear friends for many, many years. He's helped us out on this so much.
I don't do this.
This isn't his gig.
Oh, sorry.
Says Joanne from Niagara Falls, Canada. There she is. She wants to know, what is on your guys' bucket list? Unfulfilled, unbucketed.
I'm going to say something very shallow.
Stop at that.
Nothing.
I would like to see us in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
On that line, I'd like to see us get a Grammy.
I feel like they've started a theme. I was going to say nothing related to the band, but
I wanted to be on a boat, and now I check.
some would say I'd like to see us do the cover Rolling Stone. It kind of pisses me off that they all take a song. That's not really my bucket list, though.
No.
You know what I mean? It depends, like professional bucket list or personal bucket list.
Personal.
What's your personal?
I mean, to see like, you know, the pyramids and the Great Wall of China and some of those, you know what I mean? Like just kind of some of the wonders of like Easter Island.
Right.
Some of the, you know what I mean? Like
I
some
remember,
of those things I have not actually been to physically see. I feel like I would kind of like.
I remember when we saw Stonehenge, and we literally, it was like we were all so excited we were gonna go see Stonehenge, but we had been up drinking all night because we were driving through, you know, and the bus just kind of pulled over. And it was like 4 in the morning, and they're like, hey, we're here. And I opened it up, I looked out the window, I was like, all right, there it is, I'm good, let's go.
I was so that way too. I know exactly, I remember the moment very well.
Clark Griswold at the Grand Canyon.
You know, I mean, but our lives get so, you know, we get so busy, and sometimes we realize that there is like these voids that are kind of there. Like we spend so much time, like I have a lot, we have a lot. But some of those things are important, you know, like being able to see some things that are so ancient on this planet.
That Bangkok trip, man, that was one of the most beautiful moments of my life, doing the canals in Bangkok. Like, that was awesome. Going to play Rock in Rio, like, that was one of those things that was just amazing.
Paul and I kind of janked it in the hotel and were sick or something. I don't know. We didn't.
All right,
take part in it.
I'm getting to wrap it up. We'll see Group A tonight. And seriously, guys, this is a collection of some people that have just been so good to us for such a very long time, and we love you so much for that. Thank you for everything.
Thank you. Did everybody have an awesome time on the cruise?
Thank you guys so much for everything over the years. All right? Much love, much love.